if we're not educated, then how are we able to
I know.
fully educate our children and things? But I do think it's something that it's not spoken about enough.
Yeah.
There's not enough education and there's not enough money put into like women's health and really understanding stuff. I
know you are meant to just wing it and figure it out.
Yeah.
Do you know something? Because everyone then kept saying to me, oh, you should go to the doctors, see about all they would say is put you on the pill. And I'm not going back on the pill. I've had, how many years of my life was I on that pill?
I know.
And I'm not going back on the pill just to stop my periods from being so heavy. Like, that is not the only solution.
Hello and welcome to Self-Discovery in Good Company. Hi, Stay.
Hello, how are you?
I am great because we are together.
It's a happy night that we are together.
I know, and it was very last minute.
It was last minute, but school holidays, my house is chaos, yours is calm. I was like, I'm just going to go up to Stacey's and do this podcast. So I'm delighted to be here. Your house is just such a vibe. It's just so boujee and calm, and
there's less children in it, and
but I love that.
Our dad, so no, it is. It's and as well, it's very sunny today.
Oh, it's been a glorious day. It's been a glorious day. It's just nice to get out. This is like a night out for me. This is like a night out for me.
It's like a treat for me as well.
Oh my god, it's like a
treat. Not having to do like a bedtime as well.
Oh,
that is like a bonus. You did a bedtime, then came up here.
No, but do you know what I've discovered?
I
would rather do bedtime but not do tea time.
Oh, really?
Actually,
it's tea time.
I hate it. Like, why? Why is there food everywhere? Why am I sweeping the floor every single night?
Yeah.
I honestly, if I could, I would do bedtime every night if it meant I didn't have to make somebody's tea, watch them throw it, and then pick it up. I hate it. It is the bane of my life. Like, I just can't bear it.
Yeah.
So I don't mind bedtime.
So the boy's quite messy with their...
Oh, God, there's just stuff everywhere. And do you know what? It's just soul destroying cooking for people who won't eat what you're cooking.
Like Gav.
Yeah, I know. Oh my God. He's so bloody fussy, honestly. And he's not even fussy. He would eat whatever, but he cannot eat meals on rotation, whereas I work on a rotation basis. And like,
there's not enough brain capacity to not rotate.
Oh my God, I have to. My shopping list is the same every week. Like, you're going to get meatballs one night in my house. You're going to get a carbonara. You're going to get spaghetti bolognese. If you're lucky, you will get my chicken curry. But he got sick. No, I know. That. Well, he's fed up of it. But it's not a roast chicken. He bloody hates when I buy a roast chicken. But I need these meals on rotation. They need to be like something I can do quite effortless. And he is just so fed up of seeing roast chicken come out of like the Tesco bag. Like, is that another roast chicken? Yes, and you will enjoy it. And we will all eat it. But that's my meals on rotation.
Do you all eat the same things?
Try to.
I suppose like what you're having there, like.
Well, I'm trying to make it suitable for all. And he doesn't think that's very creative of me. Like, he's a bit fed up of meatballs and spaghetti. He's just a bit fed up of it. But do you know what? I'm a working mother. I've got to do what I can do. And he is very good at cooking. See, this is the problem.
Is he?
My skill level is not to his skill level. And the standard...
What was that thing? Was there not a funny story with that?
It's the standard is not the same. Oh, he just
he said that you were not told how to cook.
Oh,
what was that?
He told me, honestly, this is awful. He told me that I didn't have the kitchen fundamentals. That my mother hadn't taught me the kitchen fundamentals. What are the kitchen fundamentals? I did not. He's like, you don't know the basics. You don't even know the basics, Jace. So, and he's right enough. I don't. I have just learned as I've gone. But it's like, geez, it's just
food. It's a great few meals on rotation.
Well, I think they're not chili. Did I say chili?
No.
You're always going to get chili.
Most houses have a chili on rotation.
Be inundated with red meat in my house. It's like,
you're on a heart attack. Wait,
it's just, you're going to be inundated. So, yeah, I don't know how I got onto that. But yeah, I hate doing
tea
tea time.
time.
Because my beautiful chili that I have spent, hours over a hot stove making is just like thrown around, and like grains of rice everywhere.
Grains of rice or grated cheese.
Oh, honestly, I hate it.
I sometimes like don't give Harper grated cheese because I think I can't clean that up.
No, it's rice. It sticks to the floor,
Yeah.
and I hate it. So that is my beef with my beef with tea time. I'd rather do bedtime because at least
And do the kids go down easily?
They do go down not bad. They're pretty good sleepers, I would say.
Do you know what I hate? Brushing Harper's teeth.
Oh, I hate it.
I hate teeth brushing because it's a negotiation to even get them brushed.
I know.
And then, Mummy, you do it, and then she doesn't do it right. And that's something that I hate having to negotiate every day.
Oh yeah, I know. I've sometimes been known to be on every second night for the boys kind of girl. I'm like, Sadie, you have to do it morning and night. That is
those are your adult teeth you're getting.
Exactly.
Now,
you have to do it. Boys, this is their first set of teeth.
I think that they're actually, I've said this before, I feel like baby teeth for children are like, to help us parents.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because they're like, right, you've got, don't take these too seriously.
I know, you've got some time.
You've got some time.
Got some time. And that's the way it does go in my house. I'm like, oh, it's bath night. Oh, you're in the bath. You better brush your teeth. Like,
yeah.
Another night I might forget.
Or like if Harper's got her shoes on and we're away out the door and they'll realise the teeth haven't been brushed.
We're not stopping back. We're going. So yeah. So this is like a night out because
it feels like a night out for me.
It does feel like a night out. We just need wine.
I know. I've got peppermint tea.
I know, but you gave me a fancy peppermint tea. See,
right? No, did you like it?
Well,
because I've been trying to peppermint tea for ages. And then you were like, "What peppermint tea?" I was like, "I'm gonna try her."
I could tell you looked at me funny when I was asked for that. I was like, "What are you do here?" And I could tell. Oh, it's like a fancy peppermint tea. Nice. It's not.
Do you like it?
It's not Aldi's own. I tasted it and I went, "This isn't peppermint tea. This isn't peppermint tea. What is this? What is this? Peppermint and licorice. What is this fancy stuff you've been trying?
It doesn't taste like licorice.
I wouldn't have known it was licorice, in fairness.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have known.
It doesn't label.
But it doesn't taste like peppermint, I wouldn't say.
Do you not think it tastes like, I think it tastes like sweet peppermint, like honey almost, like a bit warm honey?
I mean, it's perfectly drinkable, but...
Oh, I feel bad.
No.
I kind of sneaked it in. But I like
you're
it.
You're giving me the fancy one.
I've given you a fancier one because I think it's nice, like for a sweet treat. Like,
Stacey, shut up. That is not a sweet treat. I will not even hear this nonsense. You want to talk about it, go for it.
I should have actually given you a bit of Harper's Easter egg chocolate.
It's just, you're telling me if you want a sweet treat, that's what you have.
Yeah, like, don't get me wrong, I eat chocolate like basically every day. But if I think, I could just do something a little sweet, that I sometimes think is like...
Oh, you're no right. You are no right. That is not going to cut it. I'm sorry, that is not going to cut it.
Oh, God.
That is just like, if you've got a funny tummy, have a peppermint.
Do you know, I had a sore tummy last week. Do you ever have like...
Peppermint?
No. Ginger.
Oh, Gaff's first by lemon and ginger.
On lemon and ginger. That's right. Because I had like, when you have like a sore tummy, I don't know if you have this with the kids, like there's obviously a bug they've taken home and like you're not sick, you're not upset tummy, right, you're just so bloated and you just feel queasy. I had that like most of last week, and then I had a meeting and I asked, they were like, do you want a cup of tea? And I was like, well, you have peppermint? She's like, I've got lemon and ginger. And I was like, all right. And I had this like sore tummy for like 4 days. As soon as I had that,
oh really?
I felt better.
Oh yeah, we've always got lemon and ginger in my house.
I don't.
Oh yeah, you need to get
that.
Yeah,
just basic lemon and ginger.
Yeah. Nothing fancy about it. No. But you need to get on that. But no, if you're trying to fob that off as a sweet treat, I'm sorry.
It's not like a cream egg or something.
Oh Jesus, I can't get on board with that.
Have you had the white cream egg?
No, I haven't. I don't think white chocolate does that much for me.
Okay.
I would eat it.
Yeah.
If somebody gave me one.
Someone gave me one.
Oh,
I was at a meeting and someone gave me one.
Fine. Nice meeting snacks.
I know. And then I went into next meeting and honestly, I was like willing for the meeting to finish because I was like, I cannot wait to eat this cream egg.
You didn't have to eat it in the meeting?
No, because
that would be
I was like talking in the meeting and I'm very messy and I like to like, lick out the centre and stuff. So I don't want to be doing that in a meeting. Not professional. So
No, see, I'm more just like a 2 bites kind of.
No, I am like souk. I like souk chocolate. Do you know what I mean? So yes, I didn't do that in front of people because I thought,
no,
I have
but
a
you needed
business to run.
that. You needed that meeting to end so you could go and do
But
that.
I liked it, but it was very sweet.
Oh no, see, white chocolate's not my thing. I just like a cheap chocolate.
What's your favourite chocolate? Mine's is so easy. Terry's chocolate orange.
Oh, Terry's chocolate orange, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it would be really hard for me to pick a favourite because I mean, I would literally.
I'm not a huge dairy milk fan.
Are you joking? No,
huge.
lovely.
I'd rather have like
giant buttons.
I'd rather have like cheap.
Oh, I love cheap chocolate.
No, cheap like
Aldi chocolate.
Advent calendar.
Yeah, Aldi chocolate.
Hey, did you get chocolate update from the last podcast? Did you go? Because we had people like messaging being like, this is where to get this chocolate, or someone was like, this is the best chocolate I've ever tasted. Can you let Stacey know? Or Stacey know? I was like, yeah.
I got the home bargains one.
Yeah.
And yeah, perfectly fine. Would I rush to Dubai for it? I'm not sure. I love anything pistachio, anything like
I
that.
love pistachio.
But my friend is in Abu Dhabi right now, and she sent me a picture today, so she's managed to get me some Dubai chocolate. So, so yeah, she also got me because she's like the cutest friend in the entire world.
I know what you mean. She absolutely is.
And she is. She got me the Lindt pistachio Easter egg. And it had
a Lindt Easter egg. That is a top tier friend.
Oh my God, she is. She's absolutely top tier.
Any of my friends listening, Terry's chocolate orange Easter egg.
Yeah.
Down great.
I mean, it's gone. It's gone. Like, it was inhaled because I just cannot leave things like that. But she's in Abu Dhabi just now, and she sent me a picture and she was like, any of these, the ones that you were wanting? And I was like, oh, sweet. And I was like, I'll take any of them. Thank you. She brings me back a Toblerone every time she goes on holiday.
Oh, Toblerone. Toblerones are always like ones like gifts from people that are like, that love you. Do you know what I mean? That are like,
she's done it since, well, I can't even remember when. Every time she goes on holiday, every time she's passing through an airport, she picks me up in an airport Toblerone. It's just something she does. She's the cutest person ever. She is. So she was like, you're not getting a Toblerone as well as Dubai chocolate though. And I was like, no, it's fine. I'll do the Dubai chocolate. That's fine. So yeah, that was us. That's quite the lengthy intro.
I know, and it's not even really intro because we wanted to talk about the fact that you've been on your holidays.
Oh, I've been off. I am now a member of the Caravan Club.
And I'm jealous.
Honestly, I wasn't sure how I was going to fare.
Because you didn't fare well in the camper van.
I did not fare well in a camper van holiday. It was awful. And we came home early because I was such a miserable cow. Like, we were in the sky and I was just miserable. I was like, get me the hell out of here. The only person to never appreciate Sky was me because I was just so miserable because I was sleeping in a camper van and it was horrid. So I'm not outdoorsy. I don't know if people really know this, but I'm not really that outdoorsy. I would love to be, but I'm really not. I mean,
you're outdoorsy to the point where you like to walk from your house to Tesco to do your return.
Yes, that's as outdoorsy as it gets. I like to post my every parcel, and that's it. But I thought Easter holidays, boy's birthday lands up in Easter holidays. Let's do something. No money to go on a nice holiday. That's my sister's in Florida right now, so that's a dig at her that she can go and enjoy 2 weeks in Florida. I was like, we'll do something. We'll go to Nairn in a caravan. And I'm telling you, I have been so looking forward to it because I was looking at it through nostalgia eyes.
Oh, I love
that way. Like Gav always says I plead poverty when I was young, but we always went on caravan holidays because my husband went on skiing holidays and stuff. Oh yeah, he was posh. But we always went on caravan holidays and I loved them. So I was like, I really wanted it to be like that. And in fairness, it was absolutely great. We loved the caravan. I didn't know if I would be a caravan fan as a grown-up, but you know what? Turns out I am.
Yeah.
Turns out I am. I mean, I think I would need to get paid a wellies and stuff like that because I don't own stuff like that. But kids are all suited and booted in their wellies and stuff like that. We had a great time rolling about on the beach. I was actually in a really nice pair of Adidas trainers that I'm now going to have to wash because that's all I had. Only took one suitcase for 5 of us.
Oh
Honestly,
my gosh.
I feel like a changed person, but the amount of bags of food and like stuff that you have to bring. Like, oh, bring your own washing up liquid, bring your own towels. I was like, what sort of holiday is this? It's like I've got to bring all of this stuff. But do you know what? It was fine. The only thing that I didn't remember was sugar for gas
Sugar?
tea. Yeah. I was thinking about myself. I don't take sugar.
No, I wouldn't have remembered
tea.
sugar either.
So I wasn't thinking that I needed to bring any sugar for the cup of tea. I had my little bags of Tetley, like in a little sandwich bag, turning into my mother. And
I carry a plastic bag, like a Ziploc of tea bags everywhere.
oh my god, do you?
Yeah, because I drink decaf.
Yeah,
So
so
I'm always prepared. Oh, I can give you a little bag away if you want.
Don't worry, I've got. I'm all good. I'm all set. But that's funny. Do you choose to drink Tetley D? Is it Tetley decaf you drink? This is a really boring bit of conversation.
I actually like Aldi's tea bags.
Oh, really?
Aldi's decaf tea bag is lovely.
I prefer a Tetley decaf. That's why I drink it. It's not because of the
I
caffeine
will
thing.
give you, right? We've gone
Okay.
high-low. I will give you a high-end peppermint and licorice tea, and I will give you away with you an Aldi decaf tea bag, which probably costs about like 0.3p.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they're really good.
Oh, really? Because I do.
Similar to Tetley.
I don't drink it because I don't want the caffeine, because I want all the caffeine. But I just prefer the taste of it.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I think they taste the same. I don't
Do
see
you?
I don't
Oh, no,
see the
I
difference.
definitely do. I definitely do. I think it tastes nicer. That's a really boring conversation.
If anyone's still
But
listening.
if anyone's still listening out there, I've been on a caravan holiday and
You're converted.
I am a total convert. Like, I mean, yeah, sure. Am I evening entertainment? Like, chocolate. Have you ever been on holiday where the kids sing that at the kids club?
No, what is it?
Oh,
Chocolate.
chocolate.
Harper was when we were away. I got bills. I gotta pay.
I don't know.
That's what they played all the time.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm not necessarily evening entertainment gal, but, I could get on board with this for a couple of days. Get on
Yeah.
board with it for a couple of days. And then, do you know what? The kids loved it. It was ace.
Oh, when I was younger, caravan holidays were my absolute favourite. I loved a
they were
caravan holiday.
elite.
The adventure of like going out for your shower and all that sort of stuff.
See, our caravan had a shower in it.
I don't know. Well, I mean, we're talking here like 30 years ago.
Oh,
whatever.
right.
So I don't think there was many that were plumbed.
Right, okay. So just shouting in a blob.
But did you not do that when you went? When you were younger?
No, darling. I stayed in the
So Gav's right. You should not be feeding poverty.
But no. We always had, I'm sure. One year I definitely remember going and we had to shower in blocks. I remembered that. But
Got to take your little toilet
yes,
bag.
little toilet bag
Mhm.
and get yourself. Yeah.
It's not a lovely experience. It's not awful.
No. Do you know what?
When you're a kid, it's fun.
When you're a kid, it's
It's
great.
your torch.
But when I was like in this little caravan tiny shower like thing, there's like 2x2, so you're just like, sitting there, can't move your arms. Yeah. But do you know what? I thought it was great. So you will see me now. I am going to be caravan queen, and I was actually being like, do you know what, Gav? I think we need to save up and get a caravan when we're 60.
Oh, cute.
But he was like, oh. We could get a camper van and we could drive to the south of France. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to sit and drive 9 hours to get to a caravan holiday.
My friend took her 2 kids to France in the car.
Oh, honestly, I can't.
Honestly.
What hero?
To take her for Bankery in the car.
Oh, I know.
Is a saga.
Honestly, taking
Saga.
Sadie anywhere in the car is like,
She's older.
are we nearly there?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't do that. Oh my goodness.
They're just amazing like that, though.
Just like those sort of people.
Yeah.
And there are those sort of people that can just like literally, it's like, no, come on, kids, this is what we're gonna do.
And they probably create these sort of kids. I have created
I've
somebody
created Monster.
I've created Monster.
I've created Monster. Yeah.
Anyway, let's actually talk about what we're going to hear to talk about today.
Although I'm sure people would love to hear more of my caravan tales, but I'll save that
Keep us updated.
I'll save that for another day. Yeah.
We'll need pictures next time. So today we're going to be talking about periods.
Oh, periods. The delight that is periods.
And this is something that we were going to talk, we've spoken about for a while, because we're like, we just feel like there's so much to cover.
There is a lot to cover
with periods, and we're not going to like, we would like to put the caveat out there that I listened to. Did you ever listen to My Therapist Ghosted Me?
No.
So funny.
I don't have time, man, these days. I used to love listening to a podcast, honestly.
I know.
I don't know when I would squeeze it in now.
You don't even listen to ours.
You send it to me every week.
I'll send you, be like, if there's anything that you don't like, let me know. I trust you.
That's always what I reply with. I'm like, Stace, you'll know if I've said something dodge. Take it out.
I'm like, you're fine.
But I totally trust you. I ain't got time to listen to that.
Well, I'm
so glad you do.
I do. I have more time. They spoke about periods, and then they were like laughing because they were like having to educate themselves on it, because I think that's actually a common thing when you think about like menstrual health and periods and all that, like anatomy and everything. I actually don't think we know generally that much about it. So if we say anything that's incorrect, I'd love to be educated. So please send us a message.
Chances are it's wrong information.
Yeah. But we have periods, so we're going to speak about our experience with periods and just around the topic, menstrual health, menopause.
Yeah, you've been doing a lot of work with people.
Yes.
About that. So I think it's going to be very interesting to hear about that.
I think so too. Mm-hmm. So what is your general experience?
Stace, you know what? My general experience of periods is that before I had the boys, I like to think of periods before the boys and then periods after.
Really? Not after Sadie?
No, because right after Sadie, they went just back to normal. I mean,
okay,
you could just set your watch by my periods.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they were 28 days on the dot. Like, they were absolutely fine. First day had a little bit cramping, maybe I have to take a paracetamol sort of thing. But then after that, totally fine. I never had any issues until I had twins. And honestly, I don't know if it's because I was a geriatric mother or what. But oh my God, since having those boys, I'm surprised I have any blood left in my body. Honestly, I think I might need a transfusion at this point. My periods are so heavy. How
long do they last?
Still about a week.
Yes,
and they still come exactly when they're meant to come.
Okay, but they're just heavier.
Now it's just like, honestly, this is maybe too much information for people, but I've said to you, I am 3 pairs of pants gal and a pair of cycling shorts.
I knew about the pants, but the cycling shorts is new to me, and I am intrigued by that.
2 days, honestly, I need all the help I can get. Because if you go to work and you're sitting in a meeting for a long time, you stand up and you get the whoosh of your body. I don't have those cycling shorts on. Honest to God, they have just become affectionately known as my period cycling shorts. I wouldn't even wear cycling shorts out in the wild.
I think that's why I find them funny, because you would never.
I would never wear a pair of cycling shorts. They're just not for me. But I have to wear them.
Yeah.
And honestly, in the first couple of days, I am like, again, maybe too much information, but I'm assuming if you're here listening to this, you're a woman, you're kind of here for the information.
Or you're a man who wants to know more about periods.
Yeah,
it's good for you to learn.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe they're here too. I doubt it, but maybe they are. But I am like changing on the hour, every hour, the first couple of days. Like, it's just unbelievable. I'm like, what the fuck? Where's it from? Like, it is just, I'm surprised I have anything left in my body. Like, and so I was like, oh, this will clear. Like, it'll go back to normal.
It must just be my body.
It was just my body going back to normal, but 2 years on and it's still like that. So I'm starting to actually think that this is a change sort of thing, that now I've hit 40, that maybe twins brought it on. I don't know. Maybe it's the start of like something that perimenopausal. I don't know, because I don't think I've necessarily got any other symptoms of that yet. And my periods are super regular, but they're just heavy.
I think a lot of people that I speak to, they're heavier now than they were.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of friends and stuff.
A lot of people's periods get heavier as they get older.
I think
rather than.
Yeah, I think someone had said to me, and again, this is not being fact checked, but one of my mates said to me that it's heavier at this when you first start, and then it's heavier towards the end.
Jesus, don't say the end, Stace.
Oh, I know.
Towards the end.
Towards the end.
I'm not ready to be quite at the end. Yeah, I mean, nobody wants to continually be getting their periods and all that. But I thought I had until like in my 60s. Is that not when you go through menopause?
No.
Really?
No, a lot of people are like perimenopausal. Like I've got friends similar age who are perimenopausal. Yeah. Yeah. In their 40s.
So this could actually be.
My mum was six. Well, late.
Because I think I remember my mum being like 60.
And I think there's something in that. You'll probably be I think you'll normally be similar like to
your mom,
your parents.
Well,
your mom.
Honestly, I don't think my dad's gone through it, but he might have done. But I remember my mum being about 60.
Yeah,
it must have been. And so I have just always assumed, rightly or wrongly, obviously wrongly in this situation, that. But maybe it does take years to kind of.
It takes years to round it off, and you have to again. I don't know what the number is, but like it stops for ages and then it comes back again, and until it stops for like, let's say it's a year, they'll say that you're not in the menopause yet. It has to stop for like a year. You never so actually that bit can take ages, and that's when like your hormones are like all over the shop. You're getting like hot flushes, HRT and all of that. And I went to see Davina McCall speak about women's health. And the stuff she was saying about HRT is just fascinating, because there was a lot of scaremongering when that first came out around linking it to cancer and all this, but actually it was not founded on any research, and the research actually suggests that she was saying that actually it can prevent things like breast cancer. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So it's definitely worth looking into, and it can be like life-changing for people, because you know, I've got people I work with who are going through perimenopause, and they're like can't sleep at night.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay. And they're in their like 40s.
I need to educate myself on this, because I foolishly thought I was perhaps still too young for this, but I'm clearly not. But
everyone's body's different.
Nobody really teaches you about it.
Nobody speaks about it.
I honestly didn't know perimenopausal was a thing. Like, I thought it was just menopause.
Yeah.
Like, you know, until like a few years ago when I heard the word banded about, like I didn't realize that you could be perimenopausal.
Yeah. I know. And like, I think the education that you get when you're in school is frightening, the little amount of education. And I think it's better. And this is not me passing it on to the teachers, because actually as parents, we have to take accountability for that. We're not passing it over there. But I think like, you know, if we're not educated, then how are we able to fully educate our children and things? But I do think it's something that it's not spoken about enough.
Yeah.
There's not enough education, and there's not enough money put into like women's health and really understanding stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I know
you are meant to just wing it and figure it out.
Yeah.
Like, nobody knows anything, because sorry, it's a bit of a detour. Everyone then kept saying to me, "Oh, you should go to the doctors, see about." All they would say is put you on the pill. And I'm not going back on the pill. How many years of my life was I on that pill?
I know.
And I'm not going back on the pill just to stop my periods from being so heavy. Like, that is not can't be the only solution. That cannot be the only solution.
Do you know that they did the contraceptive pill, which basically I know basically all my friends when we were at school, and you had those heavy periods when they first started. And
they all put you on it. I was 17 or 16 or something.
I was being 16 as well when I was on it. And then what that does is it stops you ovulating. So my experience is like, I had heavy periods, went on the pill, and then they were fine. And then I came off the pill and then didn't get my period back for like, I didn't get my period back till after I had Harper.
I know.
So I had to get IVF for
Which is
Harper because I
crazy.
wasn't ovulating. I wasn't in my period, wasn't ovulating. And I think like, if you think back, you're like, oh my God, like basically I was telling my body to not ovulate. And I think and I think people still use the pill, that everyone's choice. This is my opinion. This is not fact or anything. But like, from my perspective, I'm like, I just don't want to put anything in my body
No,
that
and that's what
stops
I'm
my
at.
body from working.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Same.
I don't want to. I want as minimal products going into my body as I can kind of get away with. So I don't want to. That's not an option for me.
Same.
That is not an option for me. That I'm almost like, you know what, I'd rather put up with the heaviness, like, you know, once a month.
Yeah.
I just really don't want to go back down.
No. And I think like as well, it's like, so I didn't then get my period. So now they are heavier. They're quite heavy. So mine's are like first couple of days, not too heavy. And then normally day 3, 4, they're really heavy. Yeah. Someone else I spoke to say
that's so funny.
It's weird, isn't it?
It's so funny.
Light at the start, and then it gets heavier.
Just like, I'm here.
So funny. But like, mine's are like really quite heavy to the fact that like they're really sore. Like, I had one a couple of weeks ago and I was honestly like, I felt like I was spaced out. Because like, you know, when you're like losing blood in a way, or like, I feel
you're bound to feel lightheaded.
Yeah.
You must feel lightheaded with that.
And like you're saying about like meetings, like I remember like being on this workshop once, and I was sat there and I was honestly like feeling like that head, and I was like, I need to, like, I'm in the toilet in 2 hours, like, and I had to walk through the office. And you know, like you do, like now there, you know, there's much more toilets that have period products in them, but not all of them do. In Scotland it is free room, which is amazing because there's a lot of like period poverty. And if you think about how expensive they are,
I know,
cost of living crisis,
you
and how,
really
like,
shouldn't have to pay
you
for
shouldn't
that.
have to pay for that. But I remember, like, you know, like stuff the pad up your sleeve, and you're like, or down your like trouser, like to the side, and you're like walking to the toilet. And I got there, I was like completely like, you know, should have gone to the toilet much earlier, felt dizzy, blah, 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 blah. And I think like, I don't know if I've totally lost my train of thought with this, but I just think like we don't speak about it enough, and there is still that kind of shame about it. However, because I didn't have my period for so many years, I never moan about my periods. I'm always like, yes. It means that my body's were always like so happy to see you. So happy for my period. I remember when I got it for the first time, honestly, I was like over the moon. I told everyone, I was like, guess what? I like FaceTime people like to see their reactions. I got my period, because I was just so like, oh my God, it's a signal that my body's not working, and what's wrong with my body, and will I ever get it back, and all that sort of stuff.
I do agree with that. Like, your period is a sign that your body is working how it's meant to be.
But do you know what, as well, if I look back on that time, I do agree with that. And like, I was being told, like, honestly, like, to try and get this back, I threw money at that. I was like, acupuncture, Chinese medicines, all this stuff. Because I thought it would really help me like to get pregnant as well. But if I look back, I was exercising in the morning. I was exercising excessively. I wasn't eating all this stuff, and my body didn't look like that because my body like was in distress because I wasn't eating enough to be doing my exercise.
That as well.
So it was that as well, but I couldn't get myself out of like the cycle of thinking about that. I couldn't stop myself from like doing the exercise because I didn't want to like put on weight or I don't know, you know, like all that sort of stuff about like body, and like I so connected that with like, well, that's the best I'm going to look is if I do that. Whereas actually, like now, I'd much rather my body's working. Much rather. But that's the hindsight of
that is.
And
like, I only think that comes with actually living it and knowing that.
Yeah.
Do you know what helps though? I started taking magnesium. Now, I swear by it for
loads of people do.
Pain. I swear by it, because
do you take it every day, or do you take it during your period?
No, I take it every day anyway.
Okay.
But I noticed such a difference because I went to see a nutritionist, because this was me like getting healthy, and we
like to throw money at things.
So like
we're like, I'm going to do that. Someone can help me.
But if there's something I can throw money at it, you best believe I'm going to throw money at it. So I spoke to her, and she gave me like a lovely plan. I needed to eat more protein, all of that jazz. And she had said, how are your periods? And I said, yeah, my periods are fine. Like, you know, they're regular. I've never had any issue with my periods. And she said, do you have pain? And I went, well, on the first day, yeah, cramps and that. She went, that's not normal. Like,
Really?
you shouldn't have any pain. And I was like, oh my God, really? And she was like, no, any sort of pain when you get your periods is not, like, that's not.
I would say like a mild discomfort I have. Is that must
Well, she was
be
like, do you have to take a paracetamol?
Okay,
And I
no,
was like,
tell me
well,
that.
yeah, I had to take, there was a while I had to take a paracetamol on the first day, and I would have such a sore back. And she was like, no, that's not really that normal. Start taking magnesium. Well, honestly, as soon as I started taking that, I no longer have to take.
Do you think it helps with your sleep as well? Because I know people that take magnesium for their sleep.
I never really had an issue with sleep. I could fall asleep anywhere if you'd let me. Like, if somebody would just let me sleep all night, that would be amazing. I never have any issue with sleeping, but it helps with restless legs as well.
Okay.
Do you ever get restless legs in your bed? Like,
no.
It's just feel like your legs just shake all the time.
Twin on your leg.
Oh no, it's probably some sort of high functioning anxiety.
Yeah,
But,
I've never had that.
but magnesium seems to help it. But ever since I've taken that, I don't really have any pain.
I have magnesium. I have like trip drinks. I have probably one of them a day, and it's got magnesium. And I sometimes take, but I don't take it religiously.
Oh no, I take 2 capsules a day. Yeah. And my omega-3, because that's very good for your female health as well.
Yeah, I know.
But you eat a lot of fish. You're pretty good at that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I do eat fish, but I should probably.
Oh well, then if you should be eating more than.
I seen Kim Kardashian take omega-3, and I did honestly think, right, that's what I need.
Oh no, well,
someone will paid. She'll have paid a lot of money for someone to tell me.
What she told me to take? Magnesium, vitamin D, and omega-3. And
do you do that?
I take magnesium, vitamin D, and I did take omega-3. I was ordering it from was it Wild Nutrition I used to get from. Jeez, that was expensive. And then when you have twins, you're like, someone's got to give. So the supplements went. The supplements went out the window because they were like £30 a month or something like that, a subscription. So I've said this year I will get back into them because I do think they made a huge
nursery down. When the nursery costs go down,
I'm going to be living like a queen.
There'll be signs next to your kettle.
Yeah, there will be signs that my kids no longer have to be free. So yeah, those are the supplements I would. Well, I mean, I can't say that you should take them. That was what she said my body needed.
And you noticed a difference. That's amazing.
Oh, I noticed such a difference. Yeah.
You were saying that earlier, like some of the organizations that I'm working in actually have started introducing, because menopause is obviously something that, thank goodness, it's got more kind of popular, and people are, popular, like less taboo, more spoken about, which is great in organizations and things. But actually some of the organizations that I've worked with have taken it, well, one particular have taken it like a level further, and they've got like a menstruation policy.
That's amazing.
It's amazing. And I was on a call. I know.
Nice.
I was on a call with the head of people in culture, and it was a company call, and there was loads of people on the call. And someone had said something that was really nice, and she got emotional, and she's like, sorry, I'm getting emotional. Like, I'm getting my period tomorrow, so that'll be why. And then she said it, and then she was like, oh my gosh, I shouldn't have said that. And we're like, no, like that's like real.
The whole point. That's real.
The whole point.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really cool because like things like endometriosis, like luckily that's not something I suffer with, but loads of people do.
It's like,
and on average it takes 8 years for a diagnosis.
I know, and I know nothing about endometriosis, so I definitely cannot comment. But from everything that I read here, people are in so much
pain,
daily pain.
Yeah,
they are living with this chronic pain because of it.
Yeah. And you just look at the money that they invest in research for women's health versus men's health.
I know. If it was men that had endometriosis, it wouldn't be a thing.
Yeah. Oh, did I say that a minute ago? Yeah. So the men contraceptive pill, they started a men contraceptive pill ages like 80s or something, I can't remember. But basically they did a trial on it, and the men were like, it affected their hormones and their moods and everything so much that they were like, oh my God, no. And they stopped the trial. But off you go, women. You just continue
you
to
go
do
and
this.
Take that burden too.
Yeah, you take the burden of making sure that we don't unexpectedly have a baby or whatever, like with this pill. And we're just very quick to like be given advice that you're thinking like, well, how do you know that's the best thing for me? Or like, why would I take this just to prevent myself from getting pregnant? Well, is there not other things I could do? Or, you know what I mean? But like, if you look at like, even like this year, I saw that recently there's this new thing going into like study men's health, and it's loads of investment in stress and heart conditions and things, which, oh my gosh, yes, like, you know, there's people in my life that have had things like that, and you do want money to go into research and that. But you're like, okay, well, endometriosis, like how much money in comparison have you actually spent researching that? Because that affects so many people. And I watched this funny video recently, and it was Sherry Healy?
Oh yeah.
She had a nose piercing and blondish hair. I always get two people confused.
I know. I know the name, but I don't know.
It's maybe her, it's maybe not. Anyway, it was a TV presenter, and I really like her, but I always get her confused with someone else. And she basically went to her doctor and was like, hi, I'm going on holiday with my kids, and I always get a UTI. So can I please get a prescription, like some medication, so when I get the UTI inevitably on holiday, then, you know, I'll be able to sort it out. And the doctor was so rude to her, refused to give her it, blah, blah, blah. There was this huge commotion. Anyway, didn't give her it. She managed to get her hands on the medication, whatever, because it's things like that. They don't even sell that over the pharmacy, over the counter. Like,
no.
Well, they do, I think, but it's like, you know, absolutely, like, who is like, do you know what I fancy doing today?
Yeah, nobody's going out their way to go to the doctor to get medication.
I want to pretend I've got a UTI.
What a heap of shit.
I'm going to go to the doctor. I'm going to spend my day, go to the pharmacy and take it and just watch the TV and just sit here higher. Like, that is not happening.
Nobody's doing that.
But she was saying, like, you go into a pharmacy and you ask for something like that, you cannot get that over the counter. You have to get it prescribed by either, you know, a doctor or a pharmacist. But you could walk into any pharmacy anywhere in the UK just now and get about 8 erectile dysfunction drugs like that.
That is so funny.
How funny is that? And that is not an issue. Like, it's an issue.
Yeah, but it's an issue personal to the man.
Exactly. And it's something like, yes, there's drugs for it, it's brilliant, but it's not affecting the way that you live in terms of like the pain that you're in.
Oh,
my God. I mean, I've never had to take it, so like, tell me if I'm wrong. But like, how mad is that? If you think about that. And she had to beg for that and didn't get it. And then she did another video on her holiday. She's like, hi, just let you know, I've just had my UTI because I knew I was going to get it because I always get it when I'm on holiday. Like, I think women, now, like me now, much more so as I get older, like I know my body better.
Totally.
So like, we should be trusted. Like, she should have been trusted by a doctor
to make a decision.
Like,
you know, like, you know, whatever age she is, I can make a decision that if I want to take antibiotics, that I'm going to do that. I can do that.
That are going to help me. Yeah.
Honestly. Honest to God.
And it's a whole other
man's world, and we are just living in it.
I know.
We have to change this, woman.
We have to change
it.
And we need the men to help us change it.
Yes, exactly. And you're doing amazing work with some amazing people that are.
Yeah. But I think like, and the great thing was that on those men in that company that I'm working with, on those menstruation workshops, they were company wide, and they had about 50% of the company attend a workshop to learn more. And a lot of them are men.
Yes.
And I speak to a few people about that, and a lot of them are men, because this is impacting men as well, because men have wives or sisters or children or whatever that are impacted by this. And they want to know more.
Yeah.
And you were saying that this is something that you speak about openly.
We do. Well, we operate an open door policy. The toilet in my house. Honestly, you cannot go for a moment's peace in that house. Somebody in the toilet with you. So, I mean, we've just, I'm just open about that stuff. And I'm quite happy to say, like, if I'm ratty, and I know it's because of my period, I will say to Sadie, I'm sorry I shouted. Like, you know, it's my period. It's making me feel a little bit like, you know, moody today, or like, you know, it makes my fuse a bit shorter. And she's just knows, like, you know, what sanitary products are. She knows what they do, where they go, all of that stuff. She knows all of that because I've just been open with that. She's gonna have that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, in the not too distant future.
Yeah.
I don't want that to be a surprise, or for her to think that she has to cover that up or, like, you know, hide from it.
Because I feel like we felt like that.
Yeah, definitely.
But I don't know. It wasn't
I would never
like,
even put periods in front of my dad or anything like that. I would
No.
never have mentioned anything like that. It would have been like, oh, hush, hush word with my mum.
I had to a bit more because my mum and dad were split up.
Mhm.
And I think I started my period at my mum's. I can't remember. I had my period at my dad's, and I was the same. When I first got them, I was really in a lot of pain and like really like suffered with it. And so my dad probably knew a bit more, but it's still embarrassing. Like, you know, if you leaked or,
Oh yeah,
you know, like you needed pads or whatever. It's not like something I wanted
no,
to
of
speak
course
up
not.
about. But like now I want it to be something in my house
in
that's
the house
just
we speak about it. Yeah,
yeah. So like Harper will come to the toilet with me and she'll be like, "Mommy, have you got your period?" Like your period. I want my period. When
No,
can I
you
get
don't.
my period? I'm like, your time will come.
Your time will come, and you'll then think, God's sake, why was I so desperate for this?
But that's really good actually, because I mean, we haven't actually spoke, I don't think. Have you watched Adolescence?
Oh, yes.
Let's do we can do a whole episode on that. Anyway, but
that is a whole episode.
That is a whole episode, because honestly, that like I felt teary for days after watching.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely made such an impact.
Same. But one of the things that I listened to a podcast on it, because that's me like down a deep hole and I watch things like this since I was listening, because I've got all this time to listen to podcasts because if you don't, so I'll educate you on what I learned.
Thank you, that would be amazing.
But basically they were saying about how like perfectionism, and this plays in the periods bit in a way, I suppose, but like our moods, like it's really good to say to your kids, like, I'm feeling really stressed today.
Oh,
I've had a really hard day at work,
yeah.
or my hormones are feeling, because if they don't see us doing it, then they don't do it. And we want them to know that it's okay to say, I am feeling really emotional today. I remember being like 15 or something, and it was my period on my birthday, and I ruined my birthday because like I was in such a bad mood and I couldn't get myself out of the bad mood. And then I said I didn't want to go for tea anymore. And then I changed my mind and wanted to go for tea, but my nana, my great grandma, was supposed to come, but then she'd already ate her tea, and then I got really upset because she couldn't. And I remember like by being like spiraling and just not able to get myself out of that mood. And I don't think it was spoken about as much then. So
you just said
want, you know, Harper to be able to feel like she can like say to me like, oh, I'm feeling really sad or emotional or irrational or whatever it is. And to be honest, I'm lucky that I don't get her. I'm not really affected by moods with my hormones.
Oh, you know,
honestly, I know. One day, like
I'm an absolute cow.
Wow, I know, and I'm not saying that in a boasty way, but like, no, I just don't. Like one day my boyfriend came in like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, hi, and he's like, hi. I was like, just so you know, I'm in a really bad mood. And he was like, okay, well, I've never seen you like this before. And I was like, I know, and I've got no reason, I can't understand why, but I am just in a really bad mood. And then he told me about his day, which he'd had an absolute shocker of a day. I was like, okay, well, I feel a little bit better now. He's like, what's wrong with you? And I was like, I can't remember what it was. It's very trivial. But like, so I need to be mindful of that actually, because even though I don't really feel like hormonal like as much, I probably still need to like layer it on a bit with Harper, like so that it's not like, you know what I mean? I want her to feel okay that she says that.
Emotions are normal.
Emotions are normal. Oh, she sees me cry like every day.
There's a lot of emotions in my house. It's a very emotional house. Very emotional. But I think that's good. It's real life.
It's real life.
It is, mate. It's just the way it is.
Exactly.
Well, I've enjoyed our chat around periods.
I have too.
Yeah, I feel like I know yours a little bit better now.
And I love when we're aligned.
Oh, God. Do you know what?
Remember we had them once at the same time on a full moon?
Honestly, in the last time I had my period, it was a red moon or something. And I kept getting fed TikToks that were, if you've got your period on a red moon, you're a witch. And I was like, I knew it. I knew it. I knew I was a witch. Because I did like on a blood moon or something like that. Can't remember, but I was like, of course I'm a fucking witch.
And I'm Jal.
Yeah.
I'm Jal.
Of course I'm a witch.
I love when my period aligns with the moon. And then I remember once ours did and the moon did. And I was like,
you would emotional.
Ding, 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 jackpot. Well, that was different. Well, that's a whole other episode as well, because that's drinking. Like my moods with drinking are like, I can't control.
Oh, well, maybe we should chat about drinking as well, because like,
yeah, because somebody I know, just to round this off, someone I know knows someone. This is how you learn. This is how we learn everything.
A mate of my mate,
and they were saying that HRT wasn't working for them, and they were like they wouldn't, it's not an excessive drinker, but they would have a glass of wine in the evenings, a bottle of wine in the weekends, all of that, just like normal-ish drinking like behavior. Anyway, no judgment, whatever, people drink whatever. But so she stopped drinking and the HRT started working instantly.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah. So I think there is a link, and a lot of, we'll talk about alcohol, but I do think there's a hormone link with that, particularly as you're getting older, because I can't handle it anymore. So I'm not drinking at the moment.
I know you really can't. It really does affect you, doesn't it? Affects me if I don't.
So there you go. And that's what we like. Everyone's different. Figure out what works for you. There's absolutely not a shred of judgment.
Yeah, it's like, I'm so much better human if I've got like an alcohol
or 30 wine.
I'm just a much nicer person to be around.
Well, there you go. Somebody said as well the other day to me, they were like, just makes bedtime a lot funner.
Oh my god, yeah.
A lot easier. Tea time a lot easier if you've got a rosé in your hand.
That's why I started 4:30. Because I hate tea time. I hate it, but it's much better if I'm a little bit tiddly.
And with that note, thank you so much for listening. Thanks for all your lovely comments and feedback, and we will speak soon. We're not sure when we'll do that because we're a bit sporadic with our podcast recording. But yeah, anything you want to hear or anything, then just give us a shout, because we're always up for recommendations.
Absolutely.
Have a gorgeous week, and we'll speak to you soon. Bye.